Well, we're very excited here at the Studio Gardens because it is time to harvest our garlic. And all of us out here are garlic lovers, so this is a great time at the gardens. Now, traditionally, if you've read in garden books and stuff, they tell you to harvest your garlic when the tops are dying and falling over. And actually, that's just a little bit late. And I'll show you why in a minute. The time to harvest your garlic is when you have about 5 green leaves left, and I can show you right over here or a little bit further along. You see how the leaves start to die from the bottom, and we start losing our bottom leaves, and we still got a few green leaves left here on the top. That's the time when you've got 5 of these green leaves left to go ahead and harvest your garlic. Now I'm going to dig this up. We dug some last week, and these we've left a little bit long, but I'm going to show you what we're going to find down here. Now, the other thing that you would usually do is you would let your garlic bed dry out for a couple weeks before you start to harvest. And we haven't been watering this, however, it's been raining consistently, so it's still very wet. And we may run into a problem with our garlic wanting to rot in the ground if we don't get it out here. Now, this was pretty good coming out of there. You want to knock some of that soil off. We've got a little bit of our garlic starting to go. And I will show you right here on our neck. What happens is these outer leaves start to go ahead and die. And you can see how the bulb kind of starts to open up here. And that's not a good thing. Now I've got 2 that I harvested last week, and I'll show you what happens here. Right over here, we had one that we harvested. Again, it was a little bit late. The tops had already fallen over, and you can see how our cloves are kind of left unprotected out here, and they'll split apart easier. And this is one that we probably will need to use earlier, and it may not store as well for us, so we may want to just put this back in the ground in the fall instead of trying to store it all winter long. Now, this one we harvested, we still had 5 green leaves left, and it's been curing for about a week, and you can see how we have very nice outer bulb wrappers, and that kind of protects the garlic. And so that's why you're wanting to harvest it while you've still got some green leaves. Now, after you've harvested, you want to knock as much soil off of here as possible. Now, when I say knock, I mean gently remove the soil. You don't want to bruise your garlic bulb here. And we're going to want to hang these in an area. You can even bundle them together and hang them in an area where they're going to get very good air circulation so that they can go ahead and cure. Now, the curing process can take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. You want it to be completely dry. And you also want to get these garlic out of the sun as quickly as possible. So we harvest them, don't leave them all sitting out in a pile. You may want to take them in to the shade or into the barn earlier, or the garage. Don't leave them sitting out in the sun because they'll sun scorch on you. And keep them in an area that's got very good air circulation and a pretty constant temperature. Around 75 degrees is perfect if you can get that. Hang them in there and let them cure down. Now, these are the soft neck garlics, and they tend to actually get ready to harvest faster than our hard neck garlics. And I'm going to set these right here in the shade, and then I'll come down here and show you what I'm talking about. Now, down here we have several of our hard neck garlics, and you can see that we've still got several green leaves here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our 8th leaf is starting to die, so these will be ready to harvest pretty quick, and this moves along fast when it gets hot, so we'll want to watch these closely. However, this hardneck garlic, actually we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's starting to die, so we could go ahead and harvest this one, and I'll just dig this one to show you what we've got. Now, this is Silk Road, and if our soil was a little bit looser, we might be able to just grasp this and pull it, but we need a little bit of help with our shovel here. So, and here's what I'm talking about with all of the soil that we have. And I need to gently remove that from our garlic, but you can see how we've still got some nice wrappers, and again, we'll just want to hang this up and cure it.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.